Morning guys. I did just try to start shooting the video, but some things on my computer take so long to load up that by the time I've started this, something else popped up and it cut the screen off. So it is 8:50 in the morning on the 1st of June. So good morning everyone, I hope you're all having a good time. I cannot believe that we're already in June. It's just crazy. Where is it going? I'm back on my webcam in my little cupboard underneath the stairs. I prefer it because I feel a bit more relaxed doing them, like I don't have to rush through it so much. I've got nice fruit tea in my poppy mug. Nice berries one. Otherwise I'd be on like my 4th or 5th cup of tea already. So I've been up since 4:30. Poppy's sleep has just been horrendous since we've been into lockdown. She's not going to bed properly, or she goes to bed properly, sorry, so she goes to bed at 7, but then she's waking up between 7:30 and 8 o'clock, which is why I thought I'd shoot this video now while she's sort of occupied, so that I don't want to get halfway through a video once she's gone to bed and then I have to stop it and go and see to her. So I got quite a lot of stitching done this month actually. I worked on 6 projects and got in just over 4,000 stitches for the month. Whereas last month I got 2,600 in, so quite a bit more. Mainly because I've done 2 projects this month as gifts. So I've done a card for my nephew and a card for Jane, who I work with, and I made her up like a care package. I've emailed pictures of them to myself to get them from my phone to my desktop, but we'll see whether I'm able to insert them or not. Just play around with that a bit. Oh, look at that glare. Oh, that'll do. Let's just chop a bit of my head off. Sorry, I'm still like trying to get used to it all. There's a massive glare now, isn't there? Oh, I've just made it worse because of the light. Oh dear, sorry. Oh, we'll leave it at that. Oh, I lost my train of thought now. What was I saying? Yeah. So pictures from phone to computer, and I'll insert them if I can, but I have got them on my phone, so I'll show you anyway. So I'll just get them out of the way first actually, and I have had an FFO as well, which is good. So my birth sampler that I'd done, I got a frame off of eBay, off a shop on there. I'm a little bit disappointed with the frame, although I don't think you can see, but the joins just aren't quite as good as what I would want them to be. And they're probably, to anyone else, again, it wouldn't really notice, but because they're it's your project, I decided to go for a yellow mount, just to pick out the yellow sort of in the main banner in the middle there. I hope that comes out clear. I'm still not quite sure how well it comes out in the webcam. And Sam seemed to really like it as well, bless her. So the next I haven't got a picture of the FFO, but I've got a picture of it. The project finished. I'm sorry. I've been up since 4:30 this morning, and it's already 9 o'clock, and it feels like I've done a day's work. I just keep losing my mind. Right, so I've not got a picture of it FFO'd. Here's a picture of it done. So it's from, if anyone's seen Tiger King on Netflix. It's a really weird documentary about people that keep exotic pets, mainly tigers, and this one character called Joe Exotic, and his enemy is the only way to describe it, Carol Baskin. But you may have seen like stuff all over Facebook about Carol Baskin and stuff like that. And my colleague Jane, because I emailed her one morning saying, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens," which is what this Carol Baskin always says. She now calls me Carol Baskin, so she bought me this Carol Baskin t-shirt. So I made that as like a thank you gift. Sorry. And I had a big hamper basket that my aunt gave me like a year ago, and I've not used it, and I was like, it just keeps, it was in this cupboard sitting on top of my printer full of crap where I've not used it. I was like, oh, perfect. So I made some fudge, some mint aero fudge, some bread pudding, bought her a new cup, and yeah, I've done that in the card, and she really liked it. That one, I didn't write how many stitches. I did the first tiger, and that was 400 stitches, so I've estimated it to be about 1200 stitches in that one. I just didn't get a chance to, I think I started it and then I got distracted, and I was trying to do other stuff as well, and then I realised I'd missed a load, and I was just like, I can't, I'll just estimate it at the end. So yeah, so about 1200 stitches in this one, and that was all out of stock. Ada already had threads. I think I may have had all the, I think I just had to substitute some of the greens for the leaves, but I think everything else I had. The next one was for my nephew, who was 5. I knocked this one up quite quickly actually. For me, I only probably took a few evenings. I don't know, it doesn't look very clear to me, so I hope it's a bit clearer. And say, if I can insert pictures, I will do. And so it's a little dinosaur, and I don't know if you can tell, you probably can't tell, but the fabric is like a white Ada, and then it's got like a green fleck running through it. And that's all stock and stash that I already had. The card stock I already had, the peel off stickers and everything. So that was just over 1400 stitches, so it was not too bad, and so it took a few evenings. I had the pattern already from when I used to collect the magazines, and then I used to cut out all of, I used to love doing it actually, cut out all the charts, all the pages, and then put them in the various ring binders that I'd categorised into, like, you know, Christmas, big ones, alphabets, children and stuff like that. But as I've needed more and more space, I've sort of chucked a load of away and kept sort of like the kids ones because of Poppy and my nephew, and the Christmas ones. Some of the bigger ones I've kept as well. So the, oh, I was going to get my, oh, it doesn't matter, I was going to get my iPad. But one of the other ones that I've worked on was this Mill Hill kit, which you guys probably haven't seen for ages. I've probably not worked on this for a good couple of years. It was gifted to me by a lovely lady called Diane. I highly recommend her on Instagram if you love, and I think I have spoken about her before, but if you love the like speciality stitches and stuff like that, she does genuinely some really lovely work. So this was a night where I was just tired. I kind of wanted to do some cross stitch, but I didn't want to concentrate too hard. So this is what I've done so far. And I put in, only 125 stitches, and that was just a bit of green here and a bit of the red down here. So to be honest, I've sort of forgot that I had it really until I was going through and sorting out my cupboards. Yeah, I just completely forgot all about it, unfortunately. But now that I've got it back out again, it's definitely one that I'll keep on hand, because you've not got to, because it's obviously on that plastic canvas. I don't know if that's the actual word for it. You know, you've not got to have a frame out, not got to get the stand out, and it's just nice and easy to work on. So then we'll do the Together We Stand, my Heaven and Earth piece. I've got in my 1,000 stitches this month, only just 1,030. So I've not gained any time on this, as in the amount of time it's going to take me. So I'm still at 15 years and 51 weeks. But yeah, so this is the project, Together We Stand. This one's for my stepdad. So I need to get a move on. And I've taken it off of the hoop. What have I got on the hoop at the moment? My New Start. Just to put it away for a few days. I'll probably be back on it later this week. It's Monday, so yeah, one night this week I'll probably come back onto it. I just wanted to take a few days off, just to give it a break from the hoop, but also just to give myself a bit of a break from it. So we are 1,030 stitches. So that would be, let's just have a look. So this was all on page 2. I've got rid of all the waist knots that I had sort of down here now, and I don't know if anyone does waist knots or is considering it. What I've noticed is all of this corner down here and all around here, because I don't know, you probably can't see that, but this bit here is all stitched white and other colours. So when I did waist knots for this blue up here, obviously they came down here, I can see the blue thread through this. So if you do waist knots, I'd recommend just to double check what colours. 1 minute. Sorry, she had trouble getting off the dining room chair. Yeah, just to double check what colours are going to be going over the top of it. See what I mean? I don't know where to. It's like opposite. Yeah, just to double check what colours, because I think once it's done, you're not really going to notice it, and it is right in the top left hand corner, so no one will really notice it. But yeah, it was good. The main thing really this month, I just wanted to get rid of the waist knots, which I've done. Yeah. And all the part threads. So these ones here are for page 3. Yeah. So I've done that. So what I'll do is on my iPad, because I do this one on Goodreads. Is it Goodreads? I think so. Right. Do you want me to find you something else a bit better? So she's just got my iPad for a minute whilst I do this. Otherwise I just wouldn't get a moment's chance. Oh yeah, the main thing was to get rid of the parked threads and the waist knots, which I've done. And genuinely just still loving doing it. I didn't, there is quite a lot of white here, and so I've got the rest of this here. is all white, so I tend to, what I do is once I pick it up, I do a couple of strands of the white, and then I go and do a colour, and then come back and do a couple of the white, and try and mix it up a little bit like that, just so I don't get too bored, because it's quite difficult to do the white on white. I'm not parking, I'm not parking, I'm just doing cross country, stitching, and I kind of just prefer it, filling in the gaps. Just cut a bit of thread off and keep going until it runs out. It's just easier for me, I don't have to think as much. Right, the Christmas llama I worked on, 108 stitches, not much. I think that literally finished off oh, you can sort of see the snow there at the bottom. Whoop. I don't know whether I'm going to pick this up this month or not. I'm not, you know, it's Christmas. I've got 6 months, 5 months before I need to worry about that. It could take me 5 months to finish it off, to be fair. Right, so I got a new start. I should have bought something else as well. So I got a new start, which is Country Cottage Needleworks, and it is an afternoon in Rome. So I think maybe when I spoke to you last, I was trying to get all the threads for it. I've got all of them, and treated myself to the Classic Colourworks. Had a hell of a job trying to find out. I think for this and my new project, I think I had to go through about 3 different websites. It was a nightmare. But yeah, so the only problem was this lemongrass. I had a note in the pack that says she wasn't sure whether that was correct shading, and if I wanted to, I could change it. I mean, I've never worked with these before. I didn't know how much variation in the shading that there would be, and I just thought that's fine. I'll carry on with it. I'm not that fussed. Where's the actual? Okay. I must have left the piece in my drawer. I don't know why. I just grabbed the pack. I've not done much to it. I thought it was fabric I already had. All I've done is this little bit of border pattern thing down the bottom here. To me that looks really fuzzy, but I hope you guys it comes out a bit clearer. If it's not coming out clear, do let me know. It may be then I have to just start doing these back on my iPad or my phone. You know, there's no point doing the videos if you can't see what I'm doing. So yeah, I had a bit of trouble actually getting, I don't know if you can see the water fountain in the middle. So it called for Classic Colourworks galvanised, and I could not find it anywhere, and I went on the Classic Colourworks website and it wasn't on there. So I picked out a colour that I thought was greyish. I don't think it was that shabby. I've got shabby sheep. I don't think it was that. I think that was a called for one. Yeah. And then one of the ladies that I speak to, who was on our virtual table for the Milton Keynes retreat, she said, could it be a WIPS dye works thread? And they've just forgot to put their WDW, I think, at the front of it. So when that colour that I ordered came through, I think it must be in my drawer with the other bits, it didn't really have much variation to it, and I didn't really want to use it, so I checked, and it was a WIPS Dye Works thread, so I think I got it off Lakeside Needlecraft, which they did have in stock, so I re-ordered that one. So I've now got a colour that I don't need, but the water fountain's going to look a lot better. There was just, it was a light grey, but there just wasn't much variation in the colour at all, and it just looked so, it would just look weird. I think it would just look like a block of one colour, and it's not what I liked. I liked the variation in that in particular. But I only got 108 stitches in it, so that shows that I've not got a lot in. Oh, that needs to go back in there. I didn't realise it came with a needle as well. So I will show you that, what I've done next video. It's not much, so it's only 108 stitches. And then I've got a new start. So again, from the Stitchy Retreat, I blame Anne. I think she was the one that told me about the Positivity Rules by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And they're a group on Facebook. She has got a website as well. Can't really show you. I'll check quickly. So it just kind of says grateful. This is going to be in the middle of what looks like it might be like a house, possibly, with nice words and stuff. Positivity, nice words, positive words, phrases, that sort of thing. It doesn't look too massive, and it runs over 5 months. So this is my first stitch along. Some beautiful colours in it. That's what first attracted me to it. Some lovely pinks and blues and lilacs, like that colour there. Love it. So I only started this not even last night, the night before. I only got 53 stitches in. I just started on the heart. There's a heart in the middle. I don't know if you can see the fabrics. I went for my own choice of fabrics, which I got for Lakeside Needlecraft, which is a 32 count, and it's like a baby pink with little white splotches on it. Also got it from Lakeside Needlecraft. Cannot remember the name of it, but if I can work out how to put the little bits of writing on somewhere in this box when you view it, I will add it in. So yeah, so did work on my killer whales, I realised, this month, so I might get them out this month, but certainly I need to finish this stitch along. Although I'm not too fussed if I don't get it done month by month, but it's nice, isn't it, to be at the same pace as everyone else. Before that, so yeah, if I hadn't have done those 2 projects, the 2 cards, the dinosaur and the Tiger King one, I probably wouldn't have got a whole lot of stitching in, to be honest. So I've done 4,054 stitches for the month, which is quite good for me. So I've done 2,633 the month before. But I've got quite into my reading at the moment, so I've just finished a Karen Slaughter book called The Last Widow. I was going to say this, I think that she's got a new one out called this, coming out called, I think it's like The Silent Wife or something, which I've got on pre-order because it's a 20th anniversary book, so much excited for that one. So I've just started reading this book, which I think I got off my aunt. from Nicola Monaghan, Dead Flowers. I mean, I like my crime books anyway. I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm in page 35 and no one's died yet. You know, I like a bit of death quite early on, so you know what sort of book you're looking for. Also read a really good book. If anyone loves Karen Slaughter and you love your crime books, Karen Rose, Every Dark Corner. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So, like Karen Slaughter, Karen Rose, sorry, I've got really itchy nose, does like a little series of books. So, I started reading the Cincinnati series. I think there's 4, and I read the 3rd one, which was Every Dark Corner. And I like them because they have the same police officers in, and you follow them through. Plus, Karen Rose is like a little bit romance as well. It gets a little bit raunchy in certain areas, you know. So it just mixes it up a bit. But the storylines are really, really good, and they're not, you know, the murder or whatever. You know, it's always quite a bit of a complicated storyline, and you genuinely can't work it out until the end, which is what I love. I probably, although I hate to say it, prefer Karen Rose's books to Karen Slaughter's. However, Karen Slaughter books I've read from the beginning, and absolutely just love the characters. So regardless, I will always buy Karen Slaughter's books on hardback the day they come out, whereas everyone else I just get on my Kindle. But I like to have Karen Slaughter's in hardback, just so they all look all pretty on the shelf. So yeah, so some nights where I would usually be stitching, I've been reading, which has been really nice. Just to chill out, sit still and escape into another world. I've also done some virtual chats with my, so I have a Facebook group called Crafty Corner. I will try and leave a link in the description box. And we've done a couple of virtual chats with us, and we're not like a massive, there's only like 30 odd people in the group. There's about 6 of us, I think, that do the chats. But it's quite nice for a couple of evenings in the month that we do that. I try and join in with our table from Milton Keynes. They do one, I think, every other Saturday maybe, but it's a bit harder because I've got Poppy during the day, and last time she tried to suffocate me with a blanket, whereas so the group that with Crafty Corner, we tend to do it in the evenings because some of the people come from America, so it makes them sort of like in the morning, mid-morning time. So yes, so that's been quite good. So I'm looking down because I've got my notepad of all the things I want to speak about. Not watched much Flosstube. Stitchy Student, I've watched a bit of her vlog from Mania, and then Trees a Little Stitch, I think I watched a bit of. I think that's about it. I do need to, I'm getting bored of watching telly. It's on all day with Poppy. Well, don't sit there and watch it all day, don't get me wrong, but it's always in the background. So by the time she goes to bed, all I want is like just peace and quiet, just to sit and be quiet. Like you just don't want any background noise, nothing. You just literally want to be sucked into a black hole or something. So I've not watched hardly any telly, and I've got loads on my Skybox recorded. I'm at like 80%, and I've still got loads of stuff on the series called. I need to start watching it, but I can't. I've just not been in the mood to sit and watch telly. And if I watch Flosstube, I tend to put it on the TV to watch it. So yeah. I have started, although I haven't done recently, when I have been in the mood, watching the Marvel, excuse me, the superhero films, the Marvel films, but in the suggested order. So I started off with Captain America, and I watched Captain Marvel for the first time, and I was really sceptical about this because I was really sexist, and I was thinking, it's a female superhero, how good is she gonna be? And I feel really bad about it, but actually it was amazing, and probably one of the best Marvel films that I've seen. I do tend to prefer the individual ones rather than like the Avengers Assemble and stuff like that. When you get all of them in one, it gets like a little bit too much. Like, got too much. I'll tell you what, I hate this. I hate having to do everything in opposites. But it lets me ramble if I do it on webcam. I just have to try and remember. It's so weird. Yeah, it's like when you've got all of the characters in one film, it's like they're all trying to fight against each other, and it just gets a bit much. I prefer the individual stories. So if you are into your Marvel films and you haven't seen Captain Marvel, I would highly recommend that. I am up to, now I need to watch Thor 2. No, not Thor 2, sorry, Iron Man 2. Which is one that I've not seen for a long, long time. So that should be good. And then the other big thing I've been doing is sorting out our remortgage paperwork. So much paperwork. And this has really stressed me out actually. It's given me a lot of anxiety trying to sort it out. And I never suffered with anxiety until I went through the depression. And it's probably the only thing that does give me anxiety, or one of the few. Sometimes if I have to go out and meet new people, it freaks me out. But this one, having to sort out the paperwork and get it all uploaded onto the computer, and trying to get it all sorted, and making sure Michael is doing his part of it as well. Yeah, I'd get really upset, and my heart would start racing, and yeah, but hopefully I sent off the last of it a couple of days ago. And this should hopefully be, it'll be 2 years with Michael on the mortgage, and then hopefully it will come down enough that next time I can get it on my own. I was only something like £7 short of getting it on my own, which is really frustrating because it's not a massive mortgage because it's a shared ownership, so it's not too bad. The mortgage has come down a bit per month, not a massive amount, about 20 quid a month, but it all adds up, doesn't it? And we got it from 33 years down to 25 years, which of course always helps as well. So yeah, so I think that's about it. I've still got my veggie patch going. It's not doing wonderful, to be honest. I have got purple beans, like French beans. Probably not enough for a meal. I've got 3 so far. So the cucumbers don't really seem to be growing since I put them in the soil, and the tomatoes went in last week, so there's not been too much action from them either. It's just really crap soil. It's really stony, so that's not great to begin with. and it's really quite clayey, and because I couldn't get any hold of any compost, the garden centres have only just opened up really around here, so I managed to get compost enough for when planting out the tomatoes. So fingers crossed that the tomatoes at least grow. They're the ones that I want the most, really, because they're the larger tomatoes, so they're the ones that I'll use for dinners, for the sauces and stuff like that. And I'll make big batches of them and freeze the sauces and tomato soups and stuff like that. So ideally, yeah, if I can get them to grow, that would be great. Although my dad has said next year maybe we'll do a raised bed, and we'll just put a load of new topsoil down, and I've got another year then to compost and stuff like that for it. So yeah, I'm back at work, which has been pretty much impossible so far today. I can't really sit at the table for any longer than 5 minutes before Poppy wants to come and sit up there, which is fine. Like, she'll come up and she'll do her whatever it is she wants to do. You right, baby? You can say hello.
Hello. Hello.
Good girl. But if I need to concentrate on stuff, what are you doing? You've got into something completely different.
Goodness.
Little lamb, Mary had a little lamb.
No.
Alright. There you go, baby.
Goodness.
You're welcome. So yeah, we do our walks every day. I've just started the Couch to 5K running yesterday.
Hello.
I'm aching a little bit today. but yeah, so it's not too bad. So I'll leave it at that. I will probably won't attempt to do anything with this until this evening, so hopefully it will upload for tomorrow for you guys. Thank you for everyone that's watching. Thank you to my new subscribers. I've had a few come up this last month, and I've had a few work emails come through, so I'm going to check them and then do something with Poppy. We'll do some colouring in or something like that. So yeah, so I hope you all have really good days, really good weeks and months. I'll see you next month with hopefully lots of progress. Hope you're all staying safe. And yeah, love you all. Bye.